Fellow Biafrans, why the Biafra shadow government? Because it is mandated by the Biafra Charter as part of the Biafra Provisional Government, which includes the Biafra Government in Exile, BGIE. Now, listen to the Biafra Charter, which we know that you are mastering even now. Quote, "We, the peoples of the Federation of Biafra, have resolved to actualize, renew, reaffirm, and continue with the Declaration of Biafra Independence of May 30, 1967, with all the implications thereof. In reaffirming the independence of Biafra, the peoples and nation of Biafra make neither war nor peace with the state or peoples of Nigeria. Rather, we exercise a natural right, a popular right, a political right, and a right supported by United Nations Organizational Charter and international laws, the right of self-determination, in the certain realization that only the effective exercise of self-determination by the peoples and nation of Biafra will end the state of occupation and subjugation by Nigeria of Biafra. In furtherance of this exercise, the Biafra Charter, a formal organ of the people and nation of Biafra, lends authority to and issues a mandate for the creation and formation of a Biafra Provisional Government, BPG." Unquote. Fellow Biafrans, we emphasize in actualizing Biafra and forming an interim provisional government of Biafra in Biafra land, we make neither war nor peace with Nigeria. We only exercise an incontestable basic right, a right supported by even the United Nations Organization Charter, the right of self-determination. Principle 2 from the Biafra Charter puts it this way, quote, "The Biafran peoples possess the right of self-determination, and by virtue of that right, freely choose a social, economic, political, and cultural future according to their needs and customs." Unquote. So, fellow Biafrans, as you work to form this government, the Biafra shadow government in Biafra land, part of the Biafra Provisional Government, let us remind you of what the Charter said about the people and their government. Quote, Section 1, quote-unquote, community governments. Community governance shall strongly reflect effective community participation directly and or by representation or delegation, and shall reflect community issues, needs, and community values. Unquote. And the, quote, Declaration of 9 Basic Laws, unquote, as written in the Biafra Charter on Government, states that, quote, "The people may choose, quote-unquote, government as a modality and agency to carry out the powers of governance. Such government becomes a service whose master is the people, whose terms are determined by the people, a service rendered for the people and to the people, functioning at the pleasure of the people for as long as the people desire its services. No government shall be or shall act as a master over the people or a master of the people. Above all, no government shall be independent of the people or could set itself apart, unquote, from the people, or set itself as a parallel process or entity with regards to the people. No persons or agencies working in government shall, quote-unquote, rule over the people or rule the people, or arrogate to himself, herself, or itself any powers or authorities of rulership of the people or over the people, but such must at all times be servants of and subordinate to the people, where full accountability and responsibility are required at all times. Unquote. Fellow Biafrans, what is the Biafra Charter saying in these excerpts? It is saying that the people own the government, which is created by the people to meet the needs of the people. The people should never forget that they, the people, own the government, that the government doesn't and should never own the people, and never shall the people allow any government to function as such without first sacking such a government and then replacing that government. We emphasize this in order to have mature and effective citizenry in Biafra, as opposed to the nonsense that applies in Nigeria today. Thus far, Nigeria has poisoned us so badly that, judging from how organizations are run in Biafra land today, we are no more and no better than the almost dead Nigerians. We have allowed our so-called quote-unquote leaders to get out of hand in suicidal and unwarranted arrogance and despotism. We fail to challenge such effluent leaders when they err. We are afraid to stand up and ask them for accountability. Some of us are blinded by a leader's personality such that we can't see beyond the cuff of his trickster's hand and gestures. When disgraceful conduct on the part of a leader is uncovered, there is no resulting outrage by the people. Rather, there is a flurry of activity to, quote, keep it buried and quiet, else, unquote. And we ask you, else what? What is going to happen? Little wonder that even publicly compromised so-called leaders in our land will not find it in their hearts to come out and apologize to the people for their waywardness. No, but rather they continue headily in their deceit of the people, a weak people, unwilling and unable to even respect themselves by at least demanding honesty and accountability from their corrupt and corrupted leaders. What a pity. So, fellow Biafrans, consider the formation of the Biafra shadow government a hands-on exercise, a practice and practical session for the real thing soon to come. We do not expect our leaders to be perfect. No, that's not what we ask for and that's not what we are looking for. But we demand accountability and honesty. We demand an apology when a leader has let us down, and a change in heart and direction from such a leader. And although we shall forgive them if they apologize, these leaders will always face the consequences of their actions, either by their outright dismissal and or legal injunctions. We have no, quote, immunity clause, unquote, but for sure we have only a, quote, consequences clause, unquote, and when deserved, pardon in addition. Yes, in addition to consequences. If you, Biafrans, are not firm on this as citizens, if you are not strong on this, then don't expect any more from Biafran leaders than you get from Nigerian leaders today. In that case, we say, Tufiakwa. We know that we will be firm and we will be strong. This we are learning now. The Biafran government must be a government owned by the people, run by the people, in the interest of the people. Where are Uche Namado and all the other Biafrans who still remain in Nigeria's jails today? Why have they not been released? This is a question for Nigeria. This is a question for all of us. Biafra alive? Because it is God who makes it so.